Well, good morning, good morning. Let me get this camera kind of set. Now, today is Saturday, and I forgot to tell y'all that I was going to do some 2 or 3 different things from India, because my Indian doctor, she's having her open house today, and there's no better expression of love and congratulation than making some kind of homemade little dessert. So I'm going to make the KAKLAND first. It's made with ricotta cheese, and it's a sweet sugar and cardamom dessert that you can display very beautifully in little, I'm going to use these little silver packets on a silver tray, and I'll show you how to do that. But first, we are going to get us a tray, and I'm going to line that. With my wax paper, so that then you have that out of the way once you get that done. So now we've got that lined. And that's where you'll put your KAKLAND. Now these are very easy desserts to make. Let's get us a non-stick pan, and I'll use my granite pan there. Turn it on about a 5. Now I'm going to take my ricotta cheese. I just buy this at the great value, and this is a 32 ounce, so I'm going to take 15 ounce. Let's see. I could take, wonder how many of this, I don't know, this should make about probably 36 squares, so that's quite a bit. Okay. You get a wood spoon. Now, I'm going to take that ricotta, I think about half. Then I'll take, you have to watch this or it'll burn, but you have to just, it cooks for about 25 minutes. So that's our first step in when you first put this in here, that cheese and stuff, it's very liquidy. But the longer it cooks, it'll start getting thicker and thicker. And finally, then after, probably 20 minutes, you'll be surprised how that comes together with the ricotta cheese and the condensed milk. I'm going to add a little yellow color into it just to give it a more of a yellow. I want it yellow. I want that yellow. Kind of a butter color for today. Then it won't be so whitish. It'll be more creamish. Because I'm going to use saffron in it, which is this came from Marrakesh. You can buy it at the spice markets in Marrakesh, and those are little crocus pistils that the little ladies sit there with tweezers and pick out of the middle of those crocus flowers. That's why it's so expensive. I think we need a little more yellow to give it that saffron color. And then that saffron will also make it yellow. You scrape the sides of your pan. Make sure while you're cooking you're scraping that down. And we'll get that fire turned up just a little more now since we've got it incorporated and it's almost everything's come together. But you have to stir it. Okay, I'll be back once this gets done because it's going to take me about 20 minutes. Okay, now that's got cooked down good. So you want that at about 180 degrees. And I took my candy thermometer and I got it down to about 180. Around the custardy. See how thick that's gotten? Okay, now we'll pull that off and we'll immediately put in a teaspoon of cardamom. And a very generous teaspoon of cardamom. And I'm going to put some saffron. You only just use a pinch of saffron in it. I'm talking about just like, I'm just kind of, just want a little, probably just a little bit more, not a lot. Pinches of saffron into that. Mix that around good. Okay, we've got that mixed together good. Now I'll get our pan, parchment pan, already fixed. We're just going to dump that out. Get all that out of your pan. This is where you have to watch in case you overcooked it a little bit. It'll have lumps, brown lumps, and you don't want that. This we didn't do that way. But we get it all off our pan. And we'll give it a little spatula. Just kind of pull that out. I make it kind of in a square. So when you cut it, you want it all for those of you that are fudge makers, you'll understand that. Now on that, I'll put some, always put some saffron, just sparingly, just to give the appearance of saffron onto it. Okay, so now we're going to make our BEDAM BURFI, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get for a half cup of sugar. Now I'm going to use I'm going to put that in my bowl. I'm going to use a half a cup, and then I'm going to put a half a cup of the then I'm going to get a fourth a cup of hot water out of my dispenser, and that's just pure cane sugar. That's why it's kind of yellow looking. So we want to put that in there. Then I'm going to take me some coconut oil. I'm going to get a teaspoon. I'm going to get a teaspoon of the coconut oil, or about a teaspoon. Get that off here. Turn your phone. Okay. BEDAM BURFI is kind of like, it would be an almond, kind of a fudge, like a fudge, but you use, okay, now, you use your almond flour, like I get the Great Value almond flour. So now I'm going to take my leaves out, I'm going to add a cup of my almond flour. Like that, a cup of my almond flour. To my pan that has the coconut. You can do this in the Instant Pot, but I've done it on the stove, so I can add that to the recipe if y'all want to try this BEDAM BURFI. We're just kind of toasting that almonds, getting those natural juices out of that. You don't want to burn it now; it'll be black, and it wouldn't be good. Be bitter. So you just want to continue to. Okay, you want to mix this sugar in your hot water there. See how that's kind of turning brown? That's what you have to do. It's kind of turning brown. You don't want it too brown. And that'll go south real quick, so you don't want to mess with it. I had one of Mama's kitties is in here, Snowflakey. Y'all know Snowflakey. Okay, let's pull that off because it's getting brown. add our sugar water. Now, we're going to add our cardamom to that, y'all. We turn that down. We're going to add it says a fourth, but I always add a teaspoon. Teaspoon of cardamom. Just because I like cardamom so much, I can't stand it. We want that to form kind of a dough. We want to cook that down a little bit. I think that will cool down. See how it's pulling away from the sides of the pan? So let's just pull that out there. Now I'm going to put a little okay, now I'm going to put some of that saffron just kind of on that too. Cool, just a little bit. These and puddings and things cool. But what I will do is I'll set this right over there and I'll transfer our first bit. And it may need to cool a little more. You just have to see about it. Now the BEDAM BURFI, it always comes out. Let's see how it did. So see, you cut that. That's more of like a fudge in a way. But you don't need a lot of this, like I told y'all. No, you don't need a whole lot of that. That just comes out. See, and you can put that in the little cups. Pretty easy. See how that just, that's what the others should do. You can put 2 or 3 in there. Be fine. I think it looks pretty good with a couple. So let's do it that way. Yeah, that looks nice with the couple. I think the presentation of that is a lot better. Look, don't y'all? See how that just kind of looks better. There's no sense in not these little dregs pieces. Because I think it looks better with the 2 pieces in it than 1 piece in it. See, that looks good. I think that still got a couple little pieces to go. See how that kind of filled in with having several in it. And these pieces here. So if y'all ever need Indian desserts, use these 2. They're easy. Give you something to try. Very sweet. We'll talk to you soon. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. Mother's gonna get her, I'm gonna get her dressed, and then we're gonna see what trouble we can get into. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. And I was wishing you were here. Have a Indian dessert with us. Bye-bye.